The island of Mallorca, the stunning destination with 36 holes to play in the final leg of the Challenge Tour season. A defining week in the road to Mallorca with the opportunity to follow in the footsteps of some of the game's great players. A path that's been taken by Ryder Cup stars and major champions over the years. And after 23 tournaments, one last chance for 15 players to earn a life-changing promotion to the European Tour. A massive prize on offer at the Grand Final, celebrating its 25th anniversary. We're in the north of Mallorca at the picturesque Club de Golf Alcanada, attesting par 71 in breezy conditions the first 2 days, designed by Robert Trent Jones Jr. The man with a target on his back at the start of the week, sitting 15th on the Road to Mallorca rankings, is Oliver Farr, and the Welshman has withstood the pressure so far pretty well. 2 rounds of 72. The biggest move in Friday's second round came from Ross Mcgowan, a bogey-free 66 from the Englishman who won in the Czech Republic earlier this year. Mcgowan jumping from 33rd to 6th on the leaderboard, moving to 1 under. Just over a year after turning pro, Matthew Jordan is on the brink of a place on the European Tour. And the Italian Challenge winner showing more form in Mallorca. Successive 70s so far from the 23-year-old English player. Sebastian Heisler has timed his run into the top 15 of the rankings nicely with a win, a second and a third in his last 6 starts, and that form has continued here. The tall German, another at 2 under par. Robert Skio Sigris just missed out on getting his main tour card a couple of years ago from the Challenge Tour. The left-handed Frenchman needs a top 2 finish, and he isn't far away from that target thanks to a second round 68. Fair to say it's been a banner season for Sebastian Garcia Rodriguez, who started the year without any real Challenge Tour status. 2 chip-ins over the back 9 yesterday has taken the Spaniard to 2nd on the leaderboard. Out in front is Francesco Laporta. The Italian had a fantastic October, grabbing his first Challenge Tour win and a Rolex Series top 10 in his homeland. Rounds of 68 and 69 here. Laporta is at 5 under par and looking confident. Laporta then leading by 1. From the top 5 on the leaderboard, only Robin Skio Sigris started the week outside of the top 15 of the Road to Mallorca rankings. A beautiful morning in Alcudia, maybe the best weather of the week. Part of our team at the Challenge Tour Grand Final is 5 times European Tour winner Mikko Ilinen.
Welcome to day 3 of the Challenge Tour Grand Final. Remember, there are only 15 cards on the line for that golden ticket to the European Tour. Should be an interesting day ahead of us here on the beautiful island of Mallorca.
I'm Richard Kaufman alongside John Hawksworth. John, some good early scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Oliver Farr here. He's okay at the moment, but could do with keeping things going. How about that? An eagle at 1 immediately for Farr. And I can tell you he birdied 6 as well, and parred 7, he's 1 under.
Callum Hill started the week as the Road to Mallorca leader, but after starting Saturday with a double bogey 7 at the first, the Scot slipped to 4 over, so he needed that, setting up a birdie at the 3rd.
Dan Housen opened up 73-71 over the first couple of days. Here he is at the first. He's found the green in 2, down the tier, just about there, from left to right. What a touch this is. And for Housing, he makes eagle, and he also birdies 5 and 6, and now he's moved also to 1 under.
Marcel Schneider needing some magic, starting the day at 3 over par, and he got some at the 5th. How about that for an eagle 2 for the German, who started the week 42nd on the Road to Mallorca.
Now an Englishman needing a good couple of rounds is Ben Stowe. 74-71, and he's got off to a flyer. Birdies 1 and 2, and again here at 3. So the perfect start, really. Now the next is a tough par 4, slightly downhill. Here he is on the tee. You can just feed it in from the left-hand side a little bit if you want. Towering iron shot into this green. Would you believe it? He makes it 4 in a row, and now suddenly Stowe is up to 1 under.
Yeah, real Saturday charge. A big weekend too for the director of the Challenge Tour. The last for Alain de Sautré before stepping down after 25 years in charge of the tour. On hand to watch the final 3 ball of Skio Sigris, Garcia Rodriguez and Laporta teeing off. The Frenchman, John, the only one of the 3 that starts the weekend outside the top 15.
Yeah, but we're going to see a lot of to-ing and fro-ing. Projected rankings change every time a birdie or a par or a bogey's made. Here's the leader, Laporta. He's no such worries. Probably pull that just a little bit up the left-hand side, ball below his feet. But as a par 5, it's into the breeze today.
So the final 3 off, and after 2 bogeys in his final 3 holes on Friday afternoon, Rhys Enoch was in the need of an early pick-me-up, and the Welshman got it with this fantastic approach at the first. Another to make an eagle 3, and Enoch back to 2 under par. By the way, how good does that backdrop look?
Oh, this is Matthew Jordan, 70-70 over the first 2 days. Started the week in 10th position. Well, he birdies 1, pars 2, bogeys 3. So a little bit of an up and down start for Jordan.
A birdie start from Sebastian Heisler. The German then parred the 2nd. At the short par 4, 3rd. Another smooth-looking wedge. And the winner of the Open de Bretagne quickly to 4 under. That good enough to take him into a share of 2nd place. Alongside Robin Skio Sigris, who birdied the 2nd. A couple of pars to start for overnight leader Laporta. Dan Housing 3 under for the day, and now inside the top 10.
So let's go out to the 3rd. Sigris up the right-hand side. Shortish par 4, doglegs right to left. Green quite a bit below you for the 2nd shot. And a fairly undulating green. Greens relayed 3 months ago, and they've taken very well. There's nothing wrong with the surfaces.
Well, he was right off the tee yesterday, actually, in amongst the trees. Laporta made a great birdie 3 from there. No tree trouble today, though, for the Italian. And a chance to make another 3.
Of course, he's trying to nick #1 spot off Callum Hill. No worries about his card. Heisler's made a late charge in the season to get onto the European Tour. Gives it a real clout. Big lad. Good action that he has. But he's just let me down a fraction there.
Yeah, but as you say, he has made a really good charge the last couple of months. He went into September 86th on the road to Mallorca, and now he looks guaranteed to get his European Tour card.
Big weekend for Rodriguez as well. But with shots like that, it's just what he wanted indeed. A lot of rain fell last night, nearly, well, 2 inches, which is a lot, but you wouldn't believe it with the golf course.
No, you heard the thud there as Garcia Rodriguez's ball landed at the 3rd. A little bit of work to do for Heisler here.
Well, that obviously wasn't lying very well, because you saw the amount of sound and the overspin on the ball, so it would suggest to me it was plugged. But yeah, the golf course stood up brilliantly. It was a real deluge.
Enoch, one of those this week who, with his play, has got himself into the projected standings, into the top 15. Outside it right now, though. Nice approach there into the 411-yard par 4 5th.
Well, for all these players, you can't really be thinking about, if I make a birdie, I'll move into the top 15. You've got to concentrate on the job in hand over the 2 days and give it 100% and see if it's good enough.
Yeah, they might not be thinking about it, but we are, John. And I think Sunday it's going to be one of those days where there's going to be a lot of ups and downs.
And the forecast as well could be a little bit frisky on Sunday. Rain and wind, a golfer's worst nightmare, as Mcgowan.
Yeah.
Chips from the side of the green there, former winner on the race to Dubai.
Yeah, he birdied the 2nd. He's up to 2 under after that brilliant round yesterday. Yeah, Sebastian Heisler has had a couple of seasons on the European Tour, struggled, so he'll be hoping to make it third time lucky, but right now concentrating on trying to get away with a par here.
We can see where he's aiming, and that is not high enough. A lot of grain on these greens, which is the direction the grass grows, normally goes with the hill, and they're very fast in places. Didn't cut them for the start of yesterday because they were expecting really bad winds. They rolled them, but they're still quick.
Yeah, you saw that from Heisler's first putt, but a little bit of damage, but a bogey, back to 3 under. Now Enoch.
Birdie chance is a good one as well from the right, but I don't think it's coming up. Well, it is, you know. Would you believe it? Look at that. I was not having that swinging 3 foot out that much. Well read. So it's going to be a par, which is fine. He'll stay a couple under.
For a first birdie of the day, Francesco Laporta. Want to be. If you hear him talk, John, he's got a little South African twang in his accent. That's because from the age of 16, he went to live with his uncle in South Africa and has played a lot of golf on the Sunshine Tour.
Sounds to me like you've been stalking him now then.
Well, Miko's been stalking him, hasn't he? He's been talking to him a lot this week.
Rodriguez now to move to 4 under. Very good. Look at that little fist pump there. And that ranking of 13 is where he is currently with that birdie as he moves to 4 under par. Remember, top 15 safe for next year.
Yeah, what a year it's been for Garcia Rodriguez, climbing 1,200 places in the world rankings. Tidying up to do here for Skio Sigrist.
Well, that would annoy him. Just must have opened the face a fraction at impact there.
Ben Stowe and Marcel Schneider out in 33. Those bogeys from Heisler and Skio Sigrist, coupled with Garcia Rodriguez birdie, leaves the Spaniard in second. Laporta in front. Hats off to the Italian.
Lorenzo, Gregory, thank you for joining me in sunny Mallorca for this Viva Golf Hotel Challenge. It's the closest to the pin today. We're hitting a few balls and see who's who, really. Italy or France? Huh? Oh, with your luck. We'll let Gregory go first because of...
Why that?
Age before, I don't know.
Newbies?
Newbies?
70 meters.
70 meters?
With the hill.
I do yards.
Ah yeah, 77. Okay. First one.
Gregory, seniors, remember. Come on, get in there. Oh, short, short. It's a good line. Great line.
Get up! Oh, lucky bounce!
That's very good. Well done.
It's in the bunker.
It's in the big bunker.
Gotta go.
Stop, stop, stop. It pitched on the green, stayed on the green.
Slightly left.
Stay.
Big. Oh.
Lorenzo is still leading. Gregory, you're not far behind. Give us a bounce just over that Viva sign. And
Oh, nice and high.
we're so lucky that it was off the mat. 4.
Sit, sit. Oh, baby. Oh, let's do it!
I have a feeling we have a winner here. I think we have to announce a winner. Gregory, come here. You'll be on the second podium. Lorenzo, congrats on your first win of the week.
Yeah, thank you.
5,000 points, as was promised.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
2.5 for Gregory. Good second place. Good luck for the week. Play your best, boys.
Thank you so much.
2 adults, 2 nights, half board.
We can go together.
I leave it to you.
Back then to the rather more serious action of the third round of the Challenge Tour Grand Final at the Club de Golf Alcanada in Mallorca, where Laurie Canter continued his remarkable comeback attempt. After starting the week with an 80, it looked all over for the Englishman, who started the event 44th on the road to Mallorca. A 65 though yesterday, a third birdie in a row there at 12. He was now level par.
And another man making a push, Adrian Maronk. Well, 72-71 over the first couple of days. Any birdies won, goes out in 35. Here he is at 10, and it was a birdie also. No bogeys so far in this third round. He moves to 2 under.
Last weekend, Bryce Easton was playing with Jordan Spieth at his first World Golf Championship event in China. After an eagle at the 11th, the South African birdied the 12th to improve to 1 under par.
Now remember, Reece Enoch eagled 1 earlier on. Pars have followed since. And then this at 7, which is a par 5. It was good news for him, and it moved him to 3 under par. But a bogey at 8 has his progress just slightly halted, so he's back to 2 under, out in 34, and I can just tell you he's par 10.
5 under the day thanks to an eagle and 3 birdies. Oliver Farr, winner in Morocco a month ago, was edging closer to the leaders. Some short game work, seeing him avoid a first drop shot of the day there at 12.
Well, the third round started pretty slowly for overnight leader Francesco Laporta. Par so far, then this at 6 to move the Italian to 4 clear of the field. 4 clear at 6 under.
Yeah, that's right. He had a 3-shot lead at one stage yesterday. Laporta now up by 4 shots. Sebastian Heisler slipping back to -2. 3 drop shots in a row from Garcia. Rodriguez sees him in that group at 1 under par, sharing 4th place. Laporta is at the 9th.
Yeah, I was going to watch it a little bit here. Depends how it comes out of this. Breeze should be down off the right. What there is, it's still in a sort of a northwesterly direction. Don't go over the ridge. Oh, it's going to trundle down now. See, the light grass is quick, so that will keep wandering. Would have been very good for yesterday's flag, but of course they change them every day.
Yeah, a little unlucky for Laporta. Now Garcia Rodriguez on the bogey train. Bogeys at 6, 7 and 8. It's a gorgeous day, but I'm not sure the Spaniard will be noting that.
Well, and what a difference a day makes. Now, Ross Mcgowan, after his 66 yesterday, well, I can tell you, birdied 2 today, parred 3 and 4, then bogeyed 5, 7 and 9. Here he is at 10, up the hill with the second shot. Dogleg from left to right, and I tell you what, he's got a chance of getting one back. Very gritty player who, well, you can never write him off.
Fair to say this is a scoreable part of the course, John. 10, like 12, shortish uphill par 4s, 11, a par 5.
Yeah, when you've got short irons in your hand and receptive greens, these guys are so good, accurate. Yeah, there definitely are chances. Into the grass, up the hill, then down the grass. Go on. Oh, great try. Just a little bit too near the green. Laporta coming out of the semi-rough, wasn't able to control it.
It's a big mantle to have, isn't it? Being the Challenge Tour #1.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And it'll make a difference as well in starts that you get in the 2020 season. But it's the accolade, isn't it? I finished #1.
Some decent crowds, aren't they, on the north of the island? A lot of them obviously cheering on the Spaniard up there, Garcia Rodriguez. Slow down. Slow down. Oh, no. Well, when you've just bogeyed 3 successive holes, I suppose he's trying somehow to claw it back.
It's a game of patience. It's easier said than done. There's that sort of embarrassed silence. Now then, Mcgowan, second shot finished here at 10. This for his second birdie of the day, which would take him back to 1 over for the day. Well done. But par in total. There he is, ranked 40th at the moment. He finds it funny. That's good.
Too quick.
Yeah, he's had a bad spell since winning the Czech Challenge, Ross Mcgowan. No bad spell at the moment for Heisler, although it's to get back amongst the birdies. So that cuts the lead to 3 at the top. 6'7", John, Sebastian Heisler.
Yes, I thought he was quite tall when I looked at him. Rodriguez. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a brave putt. And the crowd enjoying that, trying to give him some encouragement.
Yeah, he needs it. Needed that putt. Stops the bleeding. A bogey-free front 9 from Laporta. The Italian has increased his overnight lead from 1 to 3. Despite those bogeys from Oliver Farr on the back 9, still tied for 4th.
Up the hill for Francesco. Bunkers at the front of the green here you've got to watch. And also the action on the ball when it spins. Oh, yes, that'll do nicely. You won't be able to see that because it's a blind second shot. But the crowd are telling him it's pretty good.
Been a terrific day. It's, of course, such a fast start as well for Ben Stoke. In the top 15 as it stands. That's not going to get down the slope.
No, that's not a very pleasant putt from there. That's be like trying to stop a wet seal on a water slide.
Not happening, is it? Now, Heisler. Another birdie at 11.
There's a backstop behind this pin here. You mustn't go long. Now back up. Ah, pretty good, but that's a quickie from there down the grain. They're aware of it. But he's given himself another great chance. He's impressive, this lad.
Well, we saw what he could do from off the green yesterday. Garcia Rodriguez, couple of chip-ins.
It's a bit of a strange setup there for that shot. Settle down, you can see coming down the grain again. So hard to get the ball close. This is what has caused havoc for the players this week, is the pace of the greens. To get the ball near the hole.
To get within 1. Slippery putt. Didn't have it on the right line.
I mean, he barely touched that. No, not quite. You can't hold them all, but that would be annoying from that range. You'd fancy it. Now, here's this putt. Just watch where he aimed up the right-hand side here. It'll come sideways nearly at the end. Go on, turn. Oh, it didn't.
Well, a bogey finish then for Ben Stowe. It means the projected rankings, he'll be slipping out of the top 15 now because of that drop shot. But it's still been a good day, hasn't it? Tapping in for a round of 68 off the back of a couple of top 10s as well in China. So he's been in some very good form.
What's the mindset going in there?
I think I've been playing really nicely for 3 weeks. I've had a little kind of new swing thought, and it's really, really working well. I'm hitting a lot of really good quality shots, and my ball flight control is really good. So if it is windy, I'm actually quite glad about that, because I hit the ball quite low and I can really flight it well. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, to be honest.
Now Rodriguez for his par at 10 to stay in the red figures. There aren't many out of the 45 field, and he drops back to even par. That's his 5th bogey of the day, with 1 birdie coming at 3. So he's not having the Saturday he desires.
No, he started the week 13th on the road to Mallorca, and it's going to get a little edgy now for the Spaniard. Needs a good back 9 from here.
Yeah, you would fancy that somebody is going to make a burst from outside the top 15. Laporta now to move to 7 under par. This is a pretty routine putt from the position he's in, but he's not managed to hole it. So stays 1 under for the day, but that was a great chance.
67 from Marcel Schneider, one of those that needs a win. Jack Senior has birdied 3 in a row from the 10th, also at 1 under, but Miko has caught up with our leader.
Has it been easier today than yesterday?
Not really. So the course is playing tough. It's a bit windy also today.
Yeah.
They put really some tough pin position. So it's not easy, and I think so they give a lot of problem to a lot of guys. I saw the leaderboard, and anyway, so try to keep her up and try to.
Well, you're moving the right directions,
Yeah.
so the other guys are going the other way. So
I'm just try to think about my game and make some couple more just to be a bit more safe for tomorrow.
secure.
So,
Yeah. Good luck.
So,
Keep
thanks a
on,
lot.
keep on going.
Thanks.
Yeah, the Italian #1 on the leaderboard and on target right now to end as the road to Mallorca #1. Welcome back to round 3 of the Grand Final, the closing weekend of the Road to Mallorca on the Challenge Tour, one of the beneficiaries of the R&A.
The significance of our support, I hope, is great. We've been with the Challenge Tour since its inception in the late 80s, and in fact our total support adds up to over £2.1 million across that period. So significant in that it represents a part of our stated aim to reinvest £200 million in the decade now underway in golf at all levels, from grassroots right up to the top end in professional golf. If you look at the names of some of the players who have cut their teeth and emerged from this tour, I mean, Henrik Stenson, an Open champion, would be one player who topped the rankings, and another, obviously, more recently would be Tommy Fleetwood. And looking outside Great Britain and Ireland, Martin Kamer was another. A great opportunity for the players here to go on and have a strong 2020 on the main European Tour, and hopefully we'll see some of them playing in the Open Championship at Royal St George's in July.
I'm sure the players at Club de Golf Alcanada in the north of Mallorca this week would echo those comments. We're into the back 9 of the Grand Final, and fair to say Francesco Laporta in charge. A second birdie the round at 11, and the Italian 3 clear of Sebastian Heisler with another 2-shot gap to the rest.
So here goes Siegrist at 12 up the hill. Playing very well today indeed. And that's a good second shot, just back up a little bit. We've seen that putt hit from there before. It's a quickie from right to left, but this man, you would have to say, he's well and truly on the groove train.
Except he's in a bit of tree trouble here. At 12, had a low, punchy one, and hasn't he played it well, John, again?
Well, out of the trees there, yeah, he was never going to quite get, but it's not a very deep green, but he's done brilliantly well.
Yeah, we saw him do that yesterday at the 3rd. Also tight to the trees at 18. Oliver Farr. Now come on down. He's trying.
Yeah, able to use the contours. That's a bit of a bonus now. A birdie chance rather than having a fiddly chip for an up and down. This man's going well today. Jack Senior. Here he is on the 17th. Long par 3 this is.
Yeah, pushed the tee a little forward today, though, so 203 yards.
Oh, well, he's covered 202 of them. You would probably 202 and a half. Brilliant shot there from Senior, and he's been on a real roll on this back 9.
Yeah, should be his 5th birdie of the back 9, if he pops that in now. Oliver Farr, we've been following his progress all week.
We have. His dad on the bag, not to be there at the last. But he's got himself in a great position.
Yeah, he was 5 under for the day, though, through 11 holes. Couple of drop shots over the back 9. Work to do tomorrow, but right now he's still in that top 15.
Just, yep. And that's where, quite simply, It's the only place you need to be. Let's go back to the 14th. Good par 3. Bunkers down the left-hand side. Ball coming in high there. If you're heading for those, it could do all but plug. But, oh, no worries at all. Great shot there.
Yeah, he's a very impressive player, Matthew Jordan, and he turned pro last September, playing with Heisler.
Huge levers that Heisler has. Oh, and that's a towering iron shot as well, right over the top of the flag. Brilliant from the pair of them there.
Yeah, 2 par 3s on the back 9. This is the second of them, and what a tee shot from Senior. Should be another one, and it is. I mean, he's played the front 9 this week in 6 over par. He's now 8 under par on the back 9. It's certainly a game of 2 halves.
Well, it certainly is. 3 at the last. He's back in 29. That hasn't been done this week. Back to 14 with Heisler. This is pretty quick. Does he see it much off the left-hand side? Oh, well done. Well, it was a pace, I think, that helped that into the hole, and that was very confidently hit.
2 behind now, Sebastian Heisler. Not sure we're going to see too much of those blue skies tomorrow, if the forecast is right. This for a matching 2.
You know when it's a rough day, when you wake up in the morning and the seagulls haven't got airborne. The written day off, unlucky.
Can't believe it.
Yes, the highs and lows have been a professional golfer. Now Laporta at 12. This is a quickie off the left-hand side. Hard to lay the ball dead to the hole here. Down grain, downhill. No. Oh, fantastic.
Off that tee shot. What an outrageous 3.
And the first man to get to 8 under par.
Yeah, he's 3 shots clear again. What a birdie from Francesco Laporta.
Siegrist. His will move the other way. He's coming more across the slope. This to get within 5. Brilliantly done. 3 under par's good scoring, but at the moment Laporta has put quite a bit of room between himself and the rest of the field.
Yeah, he certainly has. There seems no stopping Francesco Laporta right now. A 13th birdie of the week. 3 clear of Heisler. Senior and Co Siegrist tied for 3rd.
13. Normally it's a par 5, but it's been made a par 4 this week. Dog legs round to the left. Elevated tee shot. You've got a trap up the right and big sort of umbrella pine down the left, but it's another ripper.
Yeah, brilliant shot from Laporta. He's got some speed on him as well, hasn't he?
Tired me out watching that, to be honest. Now then, Senior up 18. 5 under for this back 9. I'm sure he'd take 4 here, and it would be a good day's work, but the birdies he's made have come at 10, 11, 12, 15, 17, and would you believe he's got a great chance here. And if he does hold that, they'll be around a 66.
To get to 9 under. Wasn't far away.
Great try that was. Confident putt. He's left a little bit of work to do, but he gave it a chance. There'll be some big crowds again tomorrow as well.
Oh, well, first drop shot of the day. Didn't see that coming, certainly after the second.
Yeah, that was incredible. No, I certainly didn't either. So that's a bit of a shock to the system. You're probably thinking I'll get to 9 under, and a 3-whack takes you back to 7.
Winner of the ISPS Hander World Invitational in Northern Ireland a couple of months ago, Jack Senior. What a back 9.
Yeah, his 13th birdie of the week. Absolutely brilliant. So around to 70, 73, and now a 66 for the Englishman.
So Laporta's lead back to 2 shots, but the best back 9 holes of the week has undoubtedly come from Jack Senior to get him in with a chance of a second win of the season.
Felt that I was going to play the back 9 pretty well. Just really struggle on the front 9 to see shots off 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the back 9's obviously it's a little bit more open. You don't have to shape it as much, which obviously suits me a little bit more.
Superb display from Jack Senior. The closing holes of round 3 of the Challenge Tour's grand final coming up shortly. The final event of the Challenge Tour season coming to Mallorca for the very first time at the Club de Golf Alcanada, and things starting to take shape at the Robert Trent Jones Jr. design.
Yeah, Adrian Maronk, this at 17 takes him to 3 under for the day, but unfortunately bogeys the last for a 69 and a 1 under total.
After the 3-putt bogey at 13, a par at 14, and then a missed opportunity for Francesco Laporta at 15. Despite that delicious approach into the short par 4, the Italian didn't make it. He stays at 7 under.
Robin Siegrist here. Well, this is at 14, and it's good news. His 4th birdie of the day to move to 4 under again and into joint 3rd.
So this is how the top 10 looks. That's 66 from Jack Senior, the second best score of the day, with Ricardo Santos posting a 65. The penultimate group off to 17. Mcgowan has taken a look.
The 17th here at Alcanada Golf Club is one of those long par 3s that it's going to test every club in your bag, I think, because this can play from 6 iron to about 3 wood. We got 2 tees in play. The front tee is in play when the pins are on the left-hand side. The green is not very visible from the back tee, so all the hard pins are on the left-hand side. And the bank, right at the green, is well used from this back tee. The green area here on the 17th is huge. But I think the only way to play this hole is to use the right-hand side bank here. No matter if you're playing the front tee or the back tee, this is the only way to play it. Use this bank, and the balls are definitely going to run back towards the hole from here. So all the back pins here, you can make a birdie. You just need to use this right bank.
And the forward tee is being used today. Heisler putting together a very good back 9. He's already had 5 birdies for the whole of the round so far with a couple of bogeys, but he's 3 under for this back 9. And we saw earlier on Jack Senior came back in 20. Now I tell you what a shot that is.
Yeah, fabulous from Sebastian Heisler. His form over the last 6 events. No surprise to see him there. I suppose you could say the same about Francesco Laporta. Smack bang in the middle of the fairway at 16. Oh, well, didn't see the 3-putt coming a little earlier. Didn't see that one coming there.
No, it was a nasty runoff right of 16, and he knows it. The pin's on the right today. That's a horrible spot. A bit of a mental error. Up to 18 with Rhys Enoch. You're going to play half an hour earlier tomorrow, which could be important, and that is a very good way to finish your round. And of course he breaks 70.
Yeah, 25th on the road to Mallorca. Not enough that round to push him into the top 15 as of now, but he's close.
Yeah, I feel sorry for somebody who's going to finish 16th tomorrow, because it will mean a trip to the tour school. They will get some starts on the race to Dubai, but not a full card. As Laporta here, oh no, it's only going one way.
It's coming back to him.
Yes, pass me the chalk, I'm on a break. Yeah, you don't like to see that. Just got killed into the bank, into the grass, and it checked it up.
Matthew Jordan found the bunker off the tee, caught the lip, came out to here. Mark me down for a 3. Fabulous save.
Those little things like that, gosh, what a difference they make. Not only to your card, but mentally. You know, he'd probably be thinking, up and down here, Just to drop one shot, but he's holed it.
Well, Laporte will be hoping for more of the same. We could see a bit of a swing at the top of the leaderboard here, John.
Well, with Heisler where he is at 17, 5 under, of course Laporte is 7 under. That's going to change at least to 6 under, and if Heisler holds, they will be tied. And he led by 4 earlier in the day.
Well, yeah, not that many holes ago, really. Here is the German then, with a chance to get to 6 under.
It's a tiny bit off the left, but not much. What a birdie that is. What a back nine he's put together, and what a run of form in the last few weeks, just when it matters for the big German. And he's up to 6 under. He might even be leading if he misses this.
Well, leading on his own, yeah.
That's a good 5 in the end. A gutsy 5. But the second shot was just a little bit of an error. No damage.
Well, what a turnaround over the back nine. Laporte's 4-shot lead has disappeared now alongside Open de Bretagne winner Sebastian Heisler, both at 6 under.
So here's Heisler up at 18. Remember, he's made 6 birdies, 2 bogeys today. And whatever happens, barring disaster here, he will have improved every day. And that's a lovely second shot into this 18th. Semi-blind with where the pin is on the left-hand side.
A birdie putt at 17 for Francesco Laporte, but one of those he could easily 3-putt. But a very nice judgment of pace from the Italian. Makes his 3, stays at -6.
It's been a funny day for Matthew Jordan. Birdied the first, bogeyed 3. Then he bogeyed 8 and 9. Par 10, eagled 11, birdied 15, and here he is at the last. That's a delicate little shot. Oh, it's in the hole for a birdie. Well, we've seen some chippings, back-to-back chip-ins. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and that is now a total of 4 under par. No wonder he's smiling.
Brilliant. You feel like he's got a big future, don't you, Matthew Jordan? We're seeing it unfold in front of our eyes here now. This really would top off a brilliant back nine.
Yep, 71, 69, and is it going to be a 66? No, it's not. It's a 67, but it's great playing so far this week. He's put himself in a fantastic position, and he must be pleased with himself.
Clubhouse lead, and he's getting better. 2 shots better every day.
4 under on that back nine. Is it really playing that much easier on that back nine than front?
I think you have the comfort of the space around the fairways, honestly. You know, on the front nine, you sort of you're surrounded by a few trees, a couple of dog legs that I'm not a big fan of, but you know, I've got plenty of space around the back nine, and you've got a other hole pretty much going up and down the other, so you can allow yourself sort of you know, the odd drive that goes astray, which makes it a little more comfortable, I think.
So Laporte needs to birdie the last to lead on his own. Heisler has forced his way into the final 3 ball. Can he ease this in from right to left? I like the rhythm Francesco puts on his goal swing. Well, that's okay. Hole high, just about.
Yeah, been a tricky spell though, hasn't it, for him? He looks so in control earlier in the day.
Well, his issue is not worrying about the card. It's trying to strip Callum Hill of the #1 spot. Now, this looks like Siegrist is going a touch aerial here. Good crowd around this 18th. Lovely old clubhouse. Oh, yes. Beautifully executed.
Oh, we like a good flop shot, and that certainly was one of them. Great touch from C.O. Siegrist.
Yeah. So a chance to get up and down.
Been a good day's golf, hasn't it, John? We've seen some low numbers out there. It's still been tricky as well.
Yeah, and some good moves by players that have needed to do it. Laporte, this to lead overnight on his own. Not to be. Good effort. So the final 3 ball will be Francesco Laporte, Sebastian Heisler, and after Jack Senior's 66, he's the man who squeezes his way into that last 3 ball.
Under par every day, not to be sniffed at around this track. 6 under par. Every chance of finishing the season as the #1. And this would be a terrific up and down to close the day.
Certainly would. And to maintain that 4 under total, which is 2 back. Yeah, well done. Gutsy up and down.
Well, he said he needed to be first or second. And he's currently tied for 3rd at 4 under. Well played. Good day of scoring. Tricky conditions, some good moves from Schneider and Senior, but as he has been at the end of each round, Laporta in the lead.
Any thoughts on Sunday?
Looking forward to playing tomorrow, actually. So I didn't finish so good today. Just made a couple of mistakes and lost 4 or 5 holes. But I'm still there, still in contention, so I will do everything tomorrow.
Last year, the battle for the Challenge Tour #1 went down to the final shot of the season. Could happen again. This is how things stand right now. All the players that started the week inside the top 15 still in position, but there's bound to be some nerves jangling around on Sunday. The dramatic day in Mallorca lies ahead.